Hey everyone, and welcome back to the RedBeard Outdoors podcast. It's Jonathan, your host, and here at RedBeard Outdoors, we talk about faith, family, fitness, and the outdoors. Today is the Monday Gear Talk, Monday Gear Review. First thoughts of reviewing gear, whatever you want to call it, right? But starting off Monday talking about gear so that we can make sure that you get the right stuff in the field and things that I recommend. And again, I don't recommend things unless I've tried them out, used them for a little bit, and then I can either recommend them or not recommend them and kind of steer you away from the gear. So today we're going to be talking about archery stuff. And so I'm holding up my Matthews here. Just want to talk to you about a stabilizer system that I found that I'm currently using and trying out and really enjoy. But before we get into that, I want to remind you that we're still in the 100th episode giveaway chance to get in. All you have to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me over wherever you listen to the podcast, whatever platform you choose to use, and leave a review. And then send me a screenshot of those three things to my email, which is redbeardoutdoors1@gmail.com. I'll leave that email down below as well. And you're entered to win. Simple as that. We got some awesome prizes that we're giving away from some of the show sponsors and affiliates. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I'm not going to go over all the show sponsors and affiliates right now. I'll leave their links down below so you can save some money if you're already in the market. Just want to get you the best gear possible and save you a little bit of coin. So here we go. Okay, so this is my Matthews V3X. This is the 29. I'm at a 27.5 to 28 inch draw depending on the bow. This Matthews is set up for 27.5 because Matthews tend to run about a 1/4 inch long from what I've found. And from what I've heard, other people that shoot Matthews. On here, I've got some amazing things already that I'll go over in future reviews. The bow hitch is definitely awesome. If you haven't heard me talk about it, it's a great option for total archery challenge or open country hunting. Super slim profile, just mounts there on the side. It's a great option. Go over that later. Low pro quiver here, which is super amazing. See how close that gets to the riser? Man, it's awesome. There's literally a cutout so that these limbs don't touch it. It almost tucks up under the limbs that smooth. Anyway, so something else I do want to go over with you guys today is the stabilizer system. Okay, so I left the mounts on because I don't want to deal with putting them back on at the right angles and stuff, but this is the QD front mount from Quattro Archery. It matches the color of the granite to a T. It's amazing that he was able to do that. That Cerakote, so it's super durable. It is a smooth finish, and that's why you see that difference between the bow itself and the QD mount. Excuse me. But it's smooth, but it matches the same color. And again, it's Cerakoted, so it's super durable. And just mounts in right there with that screw. And then, of course, the sidebar, back bar, whatever you want to call it. People call it different things. I don't understand why. I'm not technical very well with archery. But look at that thing. Man, that thing is amazing. Super well engineered. The guy that runs Quattro is awesome. He thinks about just about everything. So that's also a QD mount. You can see in there. Mounts to right here on the Matthews. And then there's a bolt here. There's so many adjustments. So you can adjust it this way, the tilt here. And then you can also adjust it in or out, whatever you're needing it to do. Okay? And there's little dots here that you can mark, silver Sharpie, whatever you feel like doing. I didn't. Again, this is Cerakoted, super tough, durable coating on it. Great. It doesn't click. Some people have asked me about that. There are no click adjustments. It's just a smooth roll. And you just you line, for example, if I can do this without dropping the bow on everything. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. I don't know if you can see that or not in the camera. But there are dots. There's a dot here on the top of this adjustment. And there are dots all around that ring there. So you can adjust it basically however you want. And when you get it dialed in, silver Sharpie it if that's what you want, or just lock it down. It locks down super tight. I haven't had it move on me, open up anything. It's been bumped a little bit. I'm not always the best at handling my gear, so I need that durable, tough gear. So it's been bumped, scratched. There's no chipping away at the coating or anything like that. It's a great option. I've got it dialed in to where I want it, and those are the mounts. If you got any questions about them, again, reach out to me, send me a message. I'd love to talk to you about it, but they're a great option. Now let's talk about the stabilizers. Excuse me if I sound a little stuffed up. I don't know what's going on. Okay. So this is the Vulcan Pro, which is the carbon fiber weave. He makes a wooden one as well. It's a little bit thicker. I wanted the more narrow one and a lighter weight one, so I went with the Vulcan Pro. We've got 2 ounces here on the back. They are grippy weights. I don't know if you can see that very well on the camera. Let's see there. But there's some knurling on there. It reminds me of kind of like a barbell. This is smooth, Cerakoted here and here. And then, of course, the carbon fiber. You can get different colors on this portion and this portion. The weights also come in different colors. I just went black so I can move it between bows. This little knobby right here is to attach to the QD mount on the sidebar or back bar mount. Whatever you want to call it. Okay. And this just, twists around. I'll show you how it mounts on there at the end. This is the 6.5. I went with the shortest one for the back. I don't like a lot sticking off the back, and last year I didn't hunt with a back bar, so I wanted to try it this year. I do notice a difference. My Hoyt from last year holds really well with just the front bar setup, very bare bones, 10.5-inch stabilizer on that one. I did really well, but I wanted to play around with a back bar, and I do notice that it holds a little bit more steady. So I've got it sucked in pretty close to the riser. And there's not much else to say about this specific bar. The back bar, again, super short and stubby. 2 ounces is what I'm running here on the back. Okay. Now, this is the 12-inch bar. Again, the Vulcan Pro, black. That's the little QD mount for the front. The front QD mount is 7 or 8 degrees. I didn't do a straight mount just because, one, I do notice, again, I notice a difference. When you get that little angle down, when the weight is down rather than just straight like this, when the weight is down a little bit, it seems to settle the pin a little bit better for me. It seems to be more of instead of a complete figure 8 that's going around, it seems to kind of rock back and forth at the bottom there. I don't know physics. I don't understand that science behind it, but that's just what I've noticed in my shooting. So I like to have that kind of downward angle on my front bar. I went with the 12. I ran a 10 last year. I was playing around with a 10 this year. Just kind of give you some heads up. I've tried an 8-inch on the back, 10 on the front, 6.5-inch on the back with a 10 on the front. I came down to the 12 because with the 10 I was running about 2, sometimes 3 ounces on the front, therefore having to add a little bit more on the back. It was like, I want to say at one point it was 4 ounces on the back, 2 on the front, something like that. And I didn't like it. It seemed a little too heavy. I know ounces don't really seem like a lot until you're holding the bow out for a long time. So I went with the 12-inch because whatever the scientists, again, people smarter than me can tell you all about it. All I've heard and can tell you from my own shooting is that the further out the weight is, it holds steadier with less weight, if that makes sense. So you shorten the bar. Like for me, what I noticed with the 10-inch bar, I needed 2 to 3 ounces out front to get the same performance as this 12-inch bar with 1 ounce out front. Okay? That's a significant difference. Again, I went with the carbon fiber up front because I wanted the lighter weight. These aren't micro diameter. They make micro diameter shafts at other companies. If you're looking for that, Quattro doesn't have that quite yet. I'm assuming there's something like that in the works, but he's, again, the guy in charge of Quattro is a lot smarter than me, knows what he's doing. And I noticed when I put this one on, after I had a micro diameter stabilizer on, I messaged him immediately because I put this on, only had the 1 ounce on the front, so, and it's kind of angled down a little bit. Held really steady. I noticed a little bit of a weight difference because I had dropped the amount of weight that I had on the bow. But there's something about the internal dampening system. So all along in here, there's some internal dampening, right? That you don't have to have the little rubber things on the outside. And it was dead. Absolutely dead. So the two main things that you want out of a stabilizer, at least what I look for, is after, you want it to look good, things like that. That kind of comes later. But you want it to dampen vibration, any of the boing that you feel. There's a lot of energy coming from the string going forward into the bow. You want that to be reduced as much as possible. So vibration dampening. And then 2, you want it to obviously stabilize your shot. So having that weight out in front of the bow or behind the bow, angle different ways. You can always play with it, whatever. But you want those 2 main things. Good steady hold and vibration dampening. When I put these on compared to the ones that I had on before, it was night and day. I mean, the Matthews is already a quiet bow to begin with, but I mean, it sounded, I don't even know how to explain it, but it was so dead and no vibration, but also no sound coming out of the bow after the shot. It blew my mind. It was crazy. So of course I had to message him about it, and I thought it was awesome. He told me all about the internal dampening system that runs along here. And, you can always add more weights out here. Whatever you need, you can customize it. Again, they come in different colors. Get it the way you want. But I love these stabilizers. These are the best ones that I've had to date. These are what I'm going to be running this year. So 6.5 on the back, 12 on the front, 1 ounce, 2 ounces on the back, 1 ounce on the front. Let me show you what it looks like on the bow itself. So again, the QD mount, super, super easy. If you can see this, fits right down in there. If I can do this on camera. There we go. So you got to have enough space between the little knobby and the stabilizer for it to be able to go down in. QD mount, boop. Let's see here. Okay. And then you just kind of twist it clockwise till it snugs up. And there you go. And you just do the other way, counterclockwise, to get it out. See how easy on and off that is? That's just a bonus in my opinion. If I wasn't angling it down, I probably wouldn't run the QD attachment just because it's really not that big of a deal. They're not that expensive, to be honest with you, for how high quality machined Cerakote this is. He doesn't charge a lot for them, to be honest with you. I don't remember the pricing. Go check out the website. I'll leave that link down below. Excuse me. But take this, slap it in here. Let's see here. Yep. Okay. So that's what it looks like coming from the front. Let's see if I can get this as level as possible so you can kind of see how it just kind of angles it down just a slight tad bit, right? And I kind of like the way that looks a little bit better than just straight out too. Some people may disagree with me. That's fine. You got your opinion. You're more than entitled to your own opinion. Let's see here. Okay. Same thing. QD mount here on the back, right? Do this one-handed. Let's see what we got. Okay, there we go. Slid it in. And, oh, I think I put it in upside down. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. And that's what mine looks like with the stabilizers in it. I'm going to scoot back from the mic so you can see. Now, this is something that I really like. I don't feel like it's sticking out too far as this way from the riser. All right, I've got it slightly angled out just to kind of offset. So I've got 6 arrows in here. But man, that is so slim. It's kind of exaggerated in the camera, to be honest with you. But it doesn't stick out much past the cams there. If you can see that. Super, super tucked in there. And then, of course, that 12-inch up front. I love it. It's a great setup. I will be running that this year on my hunting bow. I'm taking it to Mountain Archery Fest this week, actually. Again, if you're at Mountain Archery Fest, I'd love to shoot with you. I'm going to be there with the First Form crew, the First Form Outdoors guys. We're going to be out there with a booth. I'm going to be competing on Saturday. Hopefully I win. Not too concerned, to be honest with you, about how well that goes. But let's see what else. I don't really have much else to say, guys. That's a great stabilizer system. It's really not that expensive either compared to other stabilizer systems you might find out there. Quattro is the way to go. If I find anything else, I'll let you know. But as of right now, that is the best stabilizer system that I've had to date. It's the one I'm going to recommend to you. And, I mean, there's not really much else to say. If you need stabilizers, go check out Quattro. I'll leave that link down below. Thanks again for tuning in, guys, for this Monday gear review. Hope you guys have an awesome Monday, an awesome rest of your week. And, and I did want to shout out here DNA Archery. Okay, DNA Archery is an amazing company. They're based out of Texas. They're all about that first-generation bow hunter. So if you're a first-generation bow hunter, if you know anyone who's a first-generation bow hunter, go check out DNA Archery. I'll also leave their link down below in the description. And go check them out. Get this shirt ordered for them. It's pretty cool. It's got a little DNA strand. You know, archery's in your DNA. And then first-generation bow hunter. So, yeah, if you got any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Go listen to the podcast. I've had some amazing guests on. And outside of that, guys, just hope you have an amazing Monday, great rest of your week. And, of course, get out, live your life, and love it.